Hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. In this video, I'm going to share 5 estate planning tasks that are top priority. Estate planning is the process of designating who will get your assets in the event of your death or incapacity. It also defines how you want your affairs to be handled in the event you're unable to handle them on your own for any reason. Retirement or right before retirement is a good time to make sure your estate plan is up to date. Doing these things now while you're still physically and mentally healthy will make things considerably easier for you and your loved ones when the time comes. Estate planning seems like an overwhelming task, but it's something we all need to face. It's difficult to think about what might happen if your health starts to decline. But doing nothing to plan for these events could result in you losing control over your affairs while you're still alive, or confusion and anger from your loved ones after you're gone. You can help prevent this by making these decisions while you're still healthy, documenting them, and sharing them with your loved ones. While there are many issues to think about, here are 5 estate planning steps that are top priority. Number 1 is writing or updating a will. A will doesn't have to be extravagant, but you do need to have one. Without a will, most of the assets you own will go through your state's probate process, which could be a stressful, lengthy process for your family. It's also unlikely that the outcome will reflect your wishes. You want to write a will that clearly specifies how you want your assets to be divided and distributed. You might be hesitant to talk to your family about it, but you really should. I found an online will template that I used. I'll put a link for that in the description below in case you're interested. You can do a will yourself and have it notarized. I did mine myself. However, if you need a trust or have minor children, you may want to use an estate planning attorney. Number 2 is choose an executor. Your executor will be responsible for the distribution of your assets in your estate. These could include your home, your non-retirement assets, your cars, or any other valuable assets. Your executor does not have to be a legal professional. Anyone can serve as an executor, including your children, a family member, or a close friend. I have my oldest son as my executor. If you do ask a non-professional to be your executor, make sure they understand the responsibilities. It could take months or even years for your estate to be settled. During this time, your executor may need to have several meetings with bankers, appraisers, attorneys, and other officials. Whoever you choose, make sure your family is aware. The online will template that I linked in the description below also has a section for designating an executor. Number 3 is to update your beneficiaries. If you have IRAs, 401ks, or other retirement accounts, you probably designated beneficiaries when you opened them. But that could have been decades ago. Take a look at the beneficiaries your retirement accounts have on file and make sure they still reflect your current wishes. I had to make changes to mine after my divorce, for example. Number 4 is document your healthcare and funeral wishes and designate a healthcare proxy. It's important to make sure your family and friends are aware of your medical treatment and burial wishes. You want to do this before a healthcare crisis takes these decisions away from you. If you've already made arrangements with a funeral home, make sure your loved ones are aware of this. Fortunately, there are ways you can formally document these directives in writing so there's no misunderstanding. A healthcare proxy also known as a medical power of attorney, is a legal document that authorizes one or more people to serve as health agents who can make medical decisions on your behalf if you become physically or mentally incapacitated. Most people choose their spouse or partner as their primary healthcare agent, and maybe one of their children or a close friend as an alternate. If you don't have a partner, it's especially important to choose someone you believe will best represent your wishes. I chose my daughter for this role. A living will allows you to specify which kind of treatments and long-term care options you prefer. On the form, you specify whether you want resuscitation procedures, ventilators, tube feedings, and other procedures. Once you've filled out any of these forms, make several copies and give them to your chosen healthcare agents and your estate attorney if you have one. While you don't necessarily have to give them to your children, friends, or family members, you should consider discussing your wishes with them. I found an online medical power of attorney and living will template that I used, and I'll also link it in the description below in case you're interested. Number 5 is create an in the event of my death file. You can make your death or incapacitation a little easier on your loved ones by creating a comprehensive file of all your financial information and make sure they know where to find it. Make it easy for people to access the information they need to carry out your wishes by creating an in the event of my death comprehensive file. It should include, number 1, copies of your healthcare proxy and executor forms. Number 2, copies of any life insurance policies. Number 3, contact information for your doctors, attorneys, accountant, life insurance providers, financial advisors, or any other professionals. These are people your family may need to contact for a health emergency or after your death. Number 4 is copies of your bank, investment, loan, and mortgage statements. Number 5 is a copy of all your credit card numbers with their PINs, passwords, and how to access them. Number 6 is usernames, passwords, personal identification numbers for all of your online accounts, including social media. Number 7 is any funeral agreements you've already made with a funeral home or cemetery. Number 8 is the location of any vehicle titles, deeds, mortgage documents, and past tax returns. I have a friend whose mom became suddenly and unexpectedly incapacitated. She had no living will or healthcare proxy. She had not shared any of her account information, passwords, or anything like that with her family. My friend not only had to deal with the stress of her mom being critically ill, she also had to make healthcare decisions for her mom without knowing her wishes. Then, while she was still incapacitated, my friend had to figure out how to access her mom's bank account. She needed to be able to make her mom's mortgage payments and pay her bills and make sure the power didn't get turned off to her mom's house. Because her mom was still alive, banks and other companies wouldn't allow her access. It was a mess. This prompted me to type up a document with all of my accounts, including monthly bills and things like that. I included my account numbers and all the things my family would need if I became incapacitated or died. I left a spot next to each account to handwrite in all of my passwords. I didn't feel comfortable typing my passwords just in case my computer ever got hacked. I printed it out, hand wrote in the passwords, put it in an envelope, sealed it, and wrote "in the event of my death" on the outside of the envelope. Then I put it in my safe. I told my family what I'd done and where to find it. Sorting through all these complicated end-of-life issues may seem overwhelming. But that's why you need to figure them out while you're still mentally and physically healthy. Doing so will make it easier for your loved ones when the time comes. I hope this motivates you to work on your own estate planning. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like, and if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Remember, collect experiences, not more stuff for your estate sale. Hope to see you again soon.